Let's bring in South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds. Senator, it's good to see you. You saw Chuck Schumer come to the floor and offer what he's calling a compromise, where he says all you have to do is reopen the government with a CR and then have a negotiation after that about health care. But, oh, by the way, in the meantime, also give us a one-year extension, which is what we want with Republican votes. You heard from your colleague John Kennedy say he's hell no on that idea. What do you say?
My colleague John Kennedy is very well spoken, and he is absolutely correct. What Senator Schumer proposed was, we're going to give you a limited extension for government operations before we hold you up again. And in the meantime, we want a full year subsidy in addition to the regular Obamacare subsidies in the amount of $35 billion. And on top of it, we want it to go directly to the insurance companies. And we don't have any intentions right now of making what we have said since September have to be modifications to anything concerning health care. We've got to make it more affordable. Simply sending $35 billion directly to the insurance companies does not do it. So let's get the facts straight on this thing here. Republicans want reduced cost for health care. We want it to be affordable again. But sending the insurance companies $35 billion has not done it. Obamacare continues to rise. What we've got to make sure that we have is, first of all, we've got to eliminate the fraud and the abuse. We've got criminal indictments that have already been handed down to some of these marketers on the ACA programs, the Obamacare programs. And in addition to that, along with all the rest of this, Senator Schumer said, we'll give you an extension. Well, guess what? If he's successful on this particular extension to a date certain in the next couple of weeks, you think we're not going to face exactly the same kind of a threat again for something else? So the bottom line is no, this does not work on it. We want to fix healthcare in America. We want to make it less expensive. Obamacare right now is not working, but we also want to get government open again. You've just talked about all the dangerous things going on out there. We've got people that rely on SNAP. They're worried about it. We've got air traffic controllers who have been on the job because others have called in sick. We've got flights that are being limited right now, and it's because the Democrats do not recognize their responsibility for providing the services that the American people expect. If you don't agree with Republican politics on this, then let's have the debate, but let's not shut down government.
Oh, it's been shut down for 37 days and counting. Very quickly, the Democrats seem to think that they're winning. Some polls suggest that they're right. They just had a big election night on Tuesday. Axios reporting that they're emboldened by all of this and might drag this on even longer. It's their shutdown, and yet they're not budging. Can anything be done to change this politically? Like, can you guys hold votes every day? Can the president give an Oval Office address spelling out all the times they voted to keep the government shut down? Because the politics of this apparently is comfortable enough for them to keep going.
I don't care if they think they're winning. What I care about is whether or not the American people are winning, and the American people are not winning. So when they talk about them winning or this being their opportunity, it isn't anybody that I know. The people that I know are being hurt by this. The American people sent us here to do the right thing, and that was to find a path forward, to fund government services that are necessary. The Americans are going to catch on. The American public will catch on. In those far left states, yeah, sure, maybe some of those far left states don't care about it, but the vast majority of normal Americans care deeply about whether or not we're doing our job up here. A shutdown is not good for anybody, and we're going to do our best to find a path forward. If we need to work with our Democrat colleagues, if they'll work with us, we will. But we're going to open government first, and then we're more than willing to work with them on reforming health care so the American public can actually afford it.
Right. It appears President Trump, Senator, his next agenda item is tackling high beef prices. The president posting this on Truth Social, quote, I have asked the Department of Justice to immediately begin an investigation into the meat packing companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. The president also pointed out that the packers are majority foreign owned. This, to me, looks like a bit of a cleanup after the president went after the cattle ranchers for high beef prices and then began to embrace even more Argentina. We already import, over $800 million over the last 5 years of Argentinian beef. We export $7 million of American beef to Argentina. But this is a huge problem in terms of the costs that are passed on to the American people by the oligopoly of meat packers.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank the President of the United States for doing the right thing. Farmers and ranchers have been in his corner all the way through. We've had 2 meetings with the President. We shared with him where the real problem on the price of groceries is. Look, you can't blame a cow-calf guy, a guy that literally has cows and has calves and sells the calves, and then blame $6 hamburger on them when you've got all the middlemen in it, and you've got 4 meat packers that control this. This is an oligopoly. 82% of the entire market runs through those 4 packers, and for years, our cow-calf operators and our farmers and ranchers have said, somebody has got to do something. We've had multiple administrations talk about it. Finally, the President of the United States is there and he's taking care of it. I just want to say thank you very much, Mr. President. This is exactly what farmers and ranchers need to actually be understood and to see where the real problem is. So thank you, Mr. President.
Indeed. And Senator, how about some mandatory country of origin labeling?
Amen.
Rather than voluntary,
Absolutely.
Start next year, made in the USA, force it.
I love it. Bring it on. A country of origin labeling. Tell our marketing folks, the folks that are actually doing the trade work for us, include that in our trade agreements, and we'll make this thing happen. So thanks to the President for taking the time to learning about this subject and acting on it responsibly and quickly. So thank you, thank you.
Senator Mike Rounds, bless you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.